Hey everyone, it's a Crafty Christian back for another video. This video is going to be the 10 non-yarny things about me. I had a really hard time coming up with 10 things, so some of them are just random. So yeah, let's get started, I guess. So, the first thing number one is I have schizophrenia. If you're not familiar with what schizophrenia is, it is basically an unbalanced chemical in my brain. I've had it all my life, and I will continue to have it for the rest of my life. I am medicated. I am stable. I've been stable now for probably 10 years. I was finally diagnosed with it, completely diagnosed with it when I was 7 years old. So yeah, I have schizophrenia. I get it from my mother's side of the family. She has schizoaffective disorder with severe depression and anxiety. I don't blame her. This is something God gave us, and I just look at it now like it is a part of me. And I have my mood swings. I have temper tantrums sometimes. But other than that, my mental health is really good right now. So, finally got the right medicines that work for me, and I'm glad, because the doctor's appointments and the medicine testing was really hard on me. So, I'm glad that that's over with now. Number two is I have 2 half-brothers on my dad's side of the family. So, my mom only had me, and then my dad had 2 kids with somebody else. I do not get to see them. When I was first diagnosed with schizophrenia, my grandma brought my dad down and told him about what was going on, and that was pretty much the last time I seen my dad. My dad has called me names like a freak and crazy and weird. He also said I was a bad influence on his 2 other kids. So I have not seen my dad in probably 20 years. 21 years. And I am completely okay with that. For those of you who do not know, number 3 is I live with my grandparents. My mom had me when I was really young. And my grandparents got custody of me when I was 11 months old, and I've been with them ever since. I see my mom every week, and we have a great relationship now. It never used to be like that. We used to fight and call each other names, and I guess we're just so much alike that we fought all the time. But then we both grew up, and we are both in much better places now. So yes, I live with my grandparents. Hang on, I gotta write something down. What was I going to write down? I don't remember. Okay. Here's a funny fact. I can actually read a book while walking in a store. I have done this several times. Me and my mom went to Walmart several times, and while I was following her when she was doing her grocery shopping. I didn't need a cart. So, and I had my book with me, so I walked behind her and read my book. Yeah. Number 5 is I am addicted to buying buttons. Do I need buttons? No. Do I like buttons? Yes. And it's become really bad since I have found buttons at my Dollar Tree. So if you need buttons, go to your local Dollar Tree and see if they have them, because I know at least 2 of mine do. I have gotten 4 colored buttons, and I have gotten 4, basically they're like black and brown. And I actually have a thing over here. So these are what mine came in. And here's the top. And I keep one over here at my desk because you never know when you're going to need buttons. So I keep one over here at my desk. Another fact is I can, or used to, read 4 books at a time. I pretty much had a book everywhere I went. I had one for at the house. I had one for my mom's. I had a regular handheld book when we would go, like, out and about. Like, especially because you never know when you get stuck in traffic. And I read one on my Kindle at the same time. So, yeah, I can read 4 books at the same time and tell you exactly what the book is about. So, that's another little fun fact. I have a boyfriend now that my grandparents don't know about because they're, like, stuck in the past. And I don't go anywhere to meet guys. I don't go to the bars. I don't go to parties. Pretty much I met him online. I've dated him before. And he's really nice. He treats me good. And I love him. So, yeah. Number 8. I used to do so many other crafts. I used to do the rainbow loom bands. I used to do the friendship bracelets, the boondoggles with the craft lace, and now I don't do any of that. I used to draw. I used to love to draw. I used to take my drawing stuff with me everywhere. To school, to my mom's. Now I don't take anything to my mom's except for crochet. Yeah, so, when I was in 8th grade, okay, well, these 2 are backed up, or backwards. So, when I was in 8th grade, I got kicked out of high school. I know, surprising, right, for me. I got kicked out of high school, and another thing with schizophrenia is you hear voices and you see things that are not there. And when I was in 8th grade, I did something really, really stupid because my voices wouldn't shut up, and I was in science class, and they told me to drink from a test tube. There was water in the test tube, so I drank from a test tube, and then my teacher called me up to the front of the class and asked me why did I do that, and I told her flat out that my voices told me to do it. And she basically called me a liar right in front of the whole entire class. And she sent me down to the principal's office. And he asked me why I did it, and I told him the same exact thing I told my teacher. And he basically called me a liar too, and I said, if you don't believe me, call my gram. Now, mind you, she works like 45 minutes away from my high school, okay? Well, 35 to 45 minutes depending on traffic and the weather. Well, my principal called my gram, and she got to my high school in like 15 minutes. And, so yeah. So the principal kicked me out and basically said that if I didn't pick up another book for the rest of my 8th grade year, he would pass me the 9th grade. Well, then I went back to high school, went back to the school, and I had to meet my counselor every morning, and then I pretty much got suspended. And my teacher, my principal was like, well, and I got sent home from school like every single day. So my great-grandfather had to come and pick me up every day. And my grandma would call and be like, what happened this time? And they were like, nothing happened. We were just taking precautions. And basically, my principal didn't want me back after it happened. It happened for 2 weeks. I would go to class, then I had to see my counselor, and then I'd have to see my principal, and he wouldn't even listen to what I had to say. So he basically sent me home and told me that he didn't want me back in school. So I was pretty much kicked out at 8th grade for something that basically I couldn't help. I guess I was like I said, I was just trying to get the voices to shut up. And they were always telling me to do things that I didn't want to do. So I figured if I did what they wanted me to do, then they would shut their mouths. But they didn't. And then number 10 is after I get kicked about in my 9th grade year, I went to an alternative school for my remaining 4 years of high school. Now, when I was in high school, my regular high school, my grades were F's, D's, and a couple C's. When I went to my alternative school, I get A, B's, and C's. Plus, I was the lunch lady for 2 years. And when I graduated high school, I had like 25 extra credits that I didn't even need to graduate high school. And here's a funny thing. So when I graduated high school, I graduated with my class. And I had to do I got to do all of like the activities that you had to do before high school, like graduation. I got to do baccalaureate. Even though the week of my graduation, I was sick. I was really, really, really sick. And the day of my graduation, I went to the doctors and I got diagnosed with a severe respiratory infection and an upper respiratory infection, plus a sinus infection. And there was supposed to be rain that day. And they were thinking it was going to be inside. Well, they decided at the very last minute that it was going to be outside. And we were supposed to get rain. And so we had my graduation outside, and it was like spritzing the whole thing. It was like drizzling the whole time, the whole graduation. And then we had 2 rows to go, and it just poured. It poured. So my cap was supposed to be flat top. It's like bowed because it was wet when I brought it home. And then when we left my graduation, when we got in the truck, like I said, I was sick. And my pap's like, you need to get home. You need to get out of your wet clothes, and you need to hop in a hot shower. So yeah, that was a fun graduation, and a graduation I will never, ever, ever forget. Here's another fun fact. Every single kid that I graduated with, I have sent them friend requests on Facebook. Not one person has accepted my friend request that I graduated with. It's sad, isn't it? Not one person. So yeah, I don't talk to any of the kids I graduated with. I don't even talk to them if I see them out in public. So, I have no friends, basically. I look at you guys that I meet on YouTube, and you guys are like my friends. I don't know you personally, but you guys I consider my friends, like Randy and Wanda and Jane and Laurel and every single one of you guys that I watch and who are subscribed to me. I consider, and who watch this, I consider you guys my friends. We may not talk on a daily basis. We may not ever meet in person, but you guys are closer to a friend than anybody that I can ever have, because there's one girl that is like near me that I consider her to be my friend, because we go out sometimes, like tonight, or technically yesterday, at 5 o'clock, we went to bingo with me, her, and her mom, and we had a blast. She's pretty much the only, like, real friend that I have. But yeah, that's my 10 non-yarny things. So I'm gonna let you guys go, and I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow. I am doing my regular video tomorrow, hopefully. So, I have a shawl design that I'm kind of like iffy about, and I want to get your guys' opinions. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow also, in my regular video. I know I'm a couple weeks behind. I haven't been feeling good. I caught a cold, and I've been really achy, and then I fell on Friday. I've been having problems with my jaw. It's just, winter is not very nice to me, like, at all. But like I said, I'm going to leave you here. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great morning. Have a great night.